All right, guys, in case you haven't heard already, we have just dropped the latest Scent Club kit. I'm so excited about this latest kit to talk to you about, and I'm also happy that this is the 18th kit we've done since June of 2022. So 18 kits and awesome scent discoveries from this channel with the niche fragrance offerings. So this is the latest kit. We haven't dropped the kit since the early November, I believe was the last one, kit number 17, which I'll talk a little bit about as well. But we now have kit number 18, and I'm going to tell you what's inside this kit and let you know what to check out, because these are fragrances that I do speak about on the channel. And one of them is brand spanking new. It just launched at the end of last month, and I was so grateful to be able to feature it in our latest kit. So before I move on, I just want to let you guys know I am getting over a really bad flu, so I'm a little under the weather and I might cough here and there, but I wanted to make sure that this video is up and you guys can find out about the kit. So initially we were going to drop the kit last weekend, and I do have a fulfillment company that comes in from out of town to put the kits together. And so because it was Super Bowl weekend last weekend and the city was so busy, we postponed it to this weekend. But unfortunately, this weekend was also Valentine's Day weekend. Hopefully everybody had a great Valentine's Day. So I'll let you guys know what's in here, but better late than never is what I'm going to say. But this was supposed to drop a little bit earlier. So let's talk about the first fragrance in the kit. Before we do, I'll show you a little bit of what the kit is all about. This is how the kit comes. It's around 5.5 ml samples of the fragrances. So it's split into 3 different offerings, obviously. And this is the little pamphlet that comes together with the kit. And here are the 3 fragrances that are in the kit. So we have, let me show you a little bit more, and then I'll show you the bottles individually. So we have L'Orchestre Parfum Liqueur BPM. Then we've got the newest fragrance in the kit. It's Vava Vanilla from Sarah Baker. And then one that I discovered almost a year ago and grateful to have been able to feature it here in this kit as well is Le Bras de Morphee. So basically that translates to the arms of Morpheus. Really awesome powdery, iris, violet, a little bit green, a little bit nutty. And you know what? Also a little bit chocolatey, because I do pick up a little bit of chocolate, just like how it happens in psychedelic. You get a chocolatey effect without an actual chocolatey note. There is a little bit of a chocolatey effect in this as well, without the actual gourmand note of chocolate. So these are the 3 fragrances in the kit. Let's talk about the first one, Liqueur BPM. If you aren't aware how the kits work, they're organized by how long the brand's been around. So I put the longest standing brand at the first position, then the next brand, which has been around a little bit less than the first brand, but more than the third brand. So L'Orchestre Parfum has been around since 2017. And this is a fragrance created by Pierre-Constantin Guéros. And I would call this a boozy tobacco leather fragrance. This launched in 2023. Let's go over it a little bit. So there's an individual card for this fragrance, like this. And I wrote down boozy tobacco here, but yeah, you do get the leather as well. But the notes breakdown is totally mentioned right there. So you've got the aromatic cocktail, melting pear, blonde tobacco, sensuous cashmeran, velvet leather, Madagascar vanilla, patchouli essence, and amber woods. Somebody told me also recently there's a little bit of a chamomile effect happening in this fragrance as well, which once they mentioned it, you kind of get it. It's not a note that they've actually indicated as appearing here. And it could also be not a note that's featured here. It could be just a reaction to the notes together. So it's a boozy offering. It's a bit tobacco-ish. It's a bit musky, but I like the fact that it's got the vanilla and the patchouli here. Long-lasting, but not super dense fragrance. But really great wearing experience now. Perfect season to wear this one. This is an eau de parfum, I believe. Let's double check. Does that say eau de parfum? Yes. This is an eau de parfum. So both of two of the fragrances are eau de parfum, and the Sarah Baker one is an extract. And so, yeah, L'Orchestre Parfum Liqueur BPM is the first fragrance. Check that one out if you haven't yet. Let's talk about Vava Vanilla. This is part of Sarah Baker's Vanilla trilogy. She did an Oud trilogy, and we featured Ludo in the very first Scent Club kit. We haven't featured an actual Sarah Baker fragrance in an actual Scent Club kit since the very first kit. We have featured her fragrances in mystery boxes, but this is the first time we're featuring, well, the second time, but first time since the first actual kit that we launched. So Vava Vanilla just came out late last month. Let me move over to that page. This brand was founded in 2017. This fragrance is created by Margot Lepage-Gorin, and she does list the names of the perfumers on the front of her bottles, as you can see. This, I would call it a boozy gourmand. It's boozy, fruity, and also musky. So it has those kind of notes featured here. But look at the notes breakdown. As you can see right here, espresso martini, cinnamon rum, I should say. We've got black cherry, saffron, coffee, crushed nuts, rum, we already mentioned, Manhattan cocktail, forbidden vanilla, gaiac wood, leather, hot skin, sandalwood, silky woods. So those are the notes that are featured in Vava Vanilla. So this is the third, this is the second of her vanilla fragrances, vanilla trilogy fragrances, I should say. And it's quite yummy if you haven't tried it. First one was Velvet Vendetta. Now we've got Vava Vanilla. There's a little bit of a funk in this, which is expected with Sarah Baker fragrances. And it's gourmand, but there are things going against it from being 100% gourmand. But it's in the end, it's gourmand for sure. Cherries, boozy notes, coffee, vanillic notes, woods, lots of woods and leather. Super delicious. I really love this one. It's grown on me so much. Stay tuned for a video that I shot with Sarah Baker. It's been a good 2 or so months that we shot it, and we didn't mention that this fragrance was featured in the kit because we decided on it after we shot that video. But the video I shot with Sarah is a video on Margot's fragrances. So Margot Lepage-Gorin is the perfumer that Sarah's been using in her Vanilla Trilogy fragrances. And so we did a video on her creation. So stay tuned for that. I'll air it within the next couple of days. So that's the second fragrance in the latest Scent Club kit. And then the third and final fragrance in the kit is Liqueur Morphee. I think that's how you say it, Liqueur Morphee. This is it translates to the arms of Morpheus. Right there. So we've got notes of a violet leaf, peach accord, heliotrope accord, orris violet accord, hazelwood accord, vanilla, tonka beans, and cashmeran. So with this one, you do get a little bit of the effect of Dior Homme. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to feature this, because it is a fragrance that kind of sort of gives you the feeling of it. Not the smell so much, because the Dior Homme doesn't have that violet leaves or violet. Although somewhat it does have the feeling of violets, but this actually features the violet leaves. So it's a lot of like powdery warm notes with that ozonic freshness of the violet leaves. And you really do experience it here. It's so good. This is so good. When I discovered the brand, it was at the Paris Perfume Week last year. In fact, I have a video that I shot with the founder, and I went through the entire collection. This one really stood out as one of the best. I really enjoy it. This is also created by Suzy Lehele, perfumer at Simrise. But it's so yummy. It's really yummy. It's if you're an iris lover with violet featured in the notes, this is one that you definitely need to check out because it smells super fantastic. So that is Liqueur Morphee from the house of Hellenist. You can see right there. Let me know if you're familiar with the house. I've got a video on the house with the founder of Hellenist, and then also I have a whole overview of the entire line. The latest fragrance from that house it's a musk. the musk created by Maurice Roussel. And I'll have to talk about that fragrance in the future because it reminds me of a fragrance that is kind of familiar from the 90s, late 90s. But I'll talk to you guys about that as I figured that out recently. And it's grown on me even further. Still, Liqueur Morphee is definitely top from this house, but that musk is kind of also becoming something that I enjoy. But those are the three fragrances: Liqueur BPM from L'Orchestre Parfum, Vava Vanilla from Sarah Baker, and Liqueur Morphee from Hellenist. So those are the three fragrances featured in the latest Scent Club kit. Let me show you the photo once again of the three bottles, as you can see. So I really like the way the artwork comes out on these fragrances. The artist that we use to design the kits puts together these really nice art for the bottles and the fragrances. So that is launched now. Check it out. I have it linked in the info box. Also, I want to talk to you a little bit about the last kit that we launched, kit number 17. We launched it in the beginning part of November, and that featured Parfum de Habit. In case you don't know this fragrance, and you're a man that enjoys fragrances like Habit Rouge, and you want something a bit more masculine, a bit more leathery, this is definitely a fragrance you must check out. It's in the previous kit, kit number 17. That same kit also featured Chemin de Monde. This is a very unique fragrance. It has, I believe it's got bran as a note, like wheat bran. So when you smell this one, you really smell that bran note. Like, it really does stand out. So that's also really, really great as a gourmand, but kind of an unusual gourmand because the bran is very unique in this fragrance. And so it's meshed with a lot of almonds, the bran note, and there's vanilla in there as well. And then the last fragrance in the previous kit is REINVENTED's Ethereal Soul. Let me show you the photo for that one. As you can see right here. Once again, really cool artwork that our designer does for these fragrances. Let me smell for you Maître Parfumeur Gantier's Parfum de Habit. This came out in 1988, so it's a classic fragrance. And yesterday I did a video on 100 niche fragrances, way from the beginning to, like 2024, 2025. And the brand Maître Parfumeur Gantier is featured in there with Ombre Presso. But this also came out the same year as Ombre Presso. And I think the inspiration is there. I think it was inspired by something like Habit Rouge. But as I was saying, it is a lot more leatherier and woodier. And I think the vanilla in this is quite toned down in comparison to the vanilla in Habit Rouge. Habit Rouge is definitely one of my favorite fragrances, but I feel like it was inspired by Shalimar. According to my research and what I've read as much as I can about that fragrance, it was the male equivalent or alternative to Shalimar. Yes, it's been made masculine, but it's got a lot of vanilla. And I think, like I said, if you like that fragrance and maybe the vanilla is a bit too much for you, definitely try Parfum de Habit, because they've toned down the vanilla, amplified not the amber, they've amplified the leather and the woods in here. Great scent. And then let's talk a little bit more about Chemin de Monde, as that's the second fragrance in the previous kit number 17. And as I was saying, I think the brand note, it makes this fragrance very unique. Brand I've never seen come up in a fragrance. It's so good. And the almond also has a marzipan bitter effect. Yum. It's so yum. In fact, I had a sniff session clients who totally fell in love with this one recently. They almost bought it, but they bought something else, I think they were telling me. So yum. So yum. The bitter almond and the bran together with the vanilla, it's super cozy. But again, it's not marshmallowy. It's not creamy. It's not cake. It's not cookie. The bran adds a little bit of a saltiness, I think, which contrasts nicely with the almonds and vanilla. Super yummy. Very cozy. Chemin de Monde. And then the third fragrance is REINVENTED's Ethereal Soul. Ethereal Soul is a fruity leather. It's super juicy, sweet tart fruits, and lots of leather. saffrony leather. But also behind that, all of that, there's definitely lots of like amber woods, ambroxan, and musk thrown in. But the saffron stands out quite a bit, which, you know, helps with the effect of the leather. But the fruits, there's a variety of red berry fruits in here, like cherries and strawberries and things like that. Adds a nice tart, juicy effect against the saffron spice and the leather that's in here and the amber woods. Long lasting, super long lasting, and it's an extrait de Parfum. It's REINVENTED's Ethereal Soul. So that's the third fragrance in the previous kit, which is still available for you guys to check out. And yeah, wanted to let you guys know about these two kits in the store. But the main theme of the video is the latest kit, number 18, with Liqueur BPM, Vava Vanilla, and Librata Morphee. So I've got those linked here. I should also say, if you guys are in the market, we do still have some of the 2-for-1 essential Parfums fragrances. Those should be marked in the info box as well. What I try to do now, since I have the store linked to YouTube, they've linked directly to here. So you can click on the products within the actual video that pops up during me talking about the fragrances and things like that. So I do that now with any of the fragrances that I'm talking about that's not related to Scent Club. The product should pop up as I'm talking about it, and they're time-stamped. And the same thing with the Scent Club kits and Scent Club products, like mystery boxes and like the Essential Parfums 2-for-1 boxes. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. I feel like I'm getting congested, so I got to stop talking right now. But I appreciate you tuning in today, and definitely go check out the latest Scent Club kit, number 18. And yeah, if you like the fragrances that are featured in there, definitely pick up a kit. These kits are perfect for traveling with. As I've also mentioned, I do travel with samples like this myself. I try and take a few bottles because I like having bottles, but I wear a lot of these Scent Club kit fragrances that are featured in the kits because they're definitely favorite fragrances of mine, and I travel with the samples myself, so I can wear them and enjoy them and talk to you guys more about them. So they do make great to travel with. You can take the whole kit with you or individual samples with you. Remember, those are around 5.5 ml atomizers, and there's 3 in one individual kit. So thanks again for watching today. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Otherwise, please like the video, share it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Click that bell icon so you'll be notified for the future video. And stay tuned for the video I shot with Sarah Baker speaking about Margot Lepage-Goran's fragrances. Have a good one. Bye-bye.